Hello, dear dreamers. Today, I have a very special story to share with you, one of magic, memory, and peace. This is the spirit of the gentle wind. Peaceful bedtime fantasy myth. Please subscribe to get this type of story regularly. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and let the night carry you away. Let us begin! Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there was a valley hidden between rolling hills. And in the center of this valley stood an ancient tree. Its branches were like gnarled fingers reaching up to the sky, and its leaves whispered secrets to those who listened. One night, as the moon shone softly on the valley, casting long shadows among the trees, the ancient tree was filled with a gentle light. The wind, which had been whispering all day, suddenly seemed to take on a faint, glowing feminine shape. She moved gracefully through the tree's branches, her laughter echoing in the rustling leaves. This was the spirit of the gentle wind, who lived in the ancient tree and cared for all who entered the valley.
As the night wore on, the wind grew stronger, and soon she was swirling and twirling around the tree in a beautiful dance.
Suddenly, the sound of footsteps broke the silence, and a lone traveler stumbled into the clearing. He was just a silhouette against the moonlit sky, his face hidden in the shadows of his hood. The traveler looked tired and sad. His shoulders were slumped, and his head hung low. When the wind saw the traveler, she stopped her dance and rushed to his side. She wrapped herself around him, not in a rough or biting way, but in a gentle, comforting embrace. As the wind caressed his face, the traveler shivered, not from fear, but from a deep sense of peace that he had never known before. It was as if the wind was sharing a secret with him, a secret that only they could understand. The traveler closed his eyes and leaned into the wind, feeling all his worries and fears melt away. For a moment, he forgot about the world around him and all the troubles that had brought him to this place. He felt free, and in that freedom, he found a sliver of happiness. The spirit of the wind, sensing the traveler's pain, spoke to him in a voice as soft as the rustle of leaves. "Why do you carry such heavy burdens, traveler?" she asked. "What troubles your heart so deeply?" The traveler opened his eyes and looked up at the wind, and in that moment, he felt a connection with her that he couldn't explain. He knew that she wasn't just any ordinary wind, but a spirit of nature, ancient and wise. He hesitated for a moment, not knowing how to answer her question. But then, he took a deep breath and poured out his heart to her. He told her about the problems that had been plaguing him, the battles he had fought, the losses he had suffered, and the loneliness that had become his constant companion. The spirit of the wind listened patiently to the traveler's tale, and when he finished, she did not speak right away. Instead, she wrapped herself around him once more, this time a little tighter, as if to say, "I am here with you." Then, when she felt he was ready to hear her words, she said, "Your journey has been long and hard, traveler, and I understand why your heart is heavy, but you must remember that even in the darkest of nights, the moon still shines." The traveler looked up at the moon, which was high in the sky, bathing the valley in its soft, silvery light. He realized that the moon didn't care about his problems or anyone else's. It just kept shining in the sky every night, no matter what. "But the moon is cold and distant," the traveler said, "and I need more than her light to guide me. I need warmth and comfort, a place to rest my weary soul." The spirit of the wind understood what the traveler needed, and she led him away from the ancient tree. She guided him gently through the tall grass, which rustled softly in the night breeze. As they walked, the wind showed him all the beauty that surrounded him, the stars twinkling in the sky, the fireflies flashing their lights among the trees, and the sound of crickets chirping in the distance. The traveler felt his sadness begin to lift and his heart start to heal. They walked for what felt like hours, and as the first rays of sunlight began to appear on the horizon, the wind led the traveler to a small hill. From the top of the hill, he could see the entire valley bathed in the warm glow of the rising sun. In the distance, he saw roads that stretched out like silver threads connecting him to the rest of the world. The traveler looked back at the ancient tree and saw that the spirit of the wind was waiting for him there. He knew that she had shown him this place so he could find peace within himself and discover his own inner strength. He realized that he didn't need to carry his burdens alone. Because the spirit of the wind and all the beauty of nature were there to support him, with renewed hope and a lighter heart, the traveler turned and walked down the hill, taking the first steps of his journey back to the world. As he walked, he could feel the gentle wind brushing against his cheek, whispering words of encouragement and reminding him that he was never truly alone. The spirit of the wind watched as the traveler disappeared down the road, and she knew that he would be all right. She had given him the gift of perspective, showing him the beauty and wonder that still existed in the world, even in the darkest of times. And so the sun rose over the valley, chasing away the darkness and bringing with it a new day. The wind blew gently through the grass, carrying with it the scent of wildflowers and the sound of birdsong. The ancient tree stood tall and strong, a silent witness to the healing power of nature and the strength of the human spirit. As the morning wore on, the traveler continued his journey, his steps lighter, and his heart filled with gratitude. He knew that he would never forget the night he spent in the valley, or the spirit of the wind who had helped him find his way back to the light. Whenever he felt lost or alone, he would close his eyes and remember the gentle touch of the wind on his face, the smell of the flowers in the grass, and the sight of the moon shining brightly in the night sky. And whenever he heard the sound of the wind rustling through the leaves, he would smile, knowing that it was the spirit of the valley saying, "I am here with you, traveler." No traveler is ever truly lost. Now, before we continue, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to show us some love. And did you know that you can actually support us directly? Yep, you heard right. The links are provided below. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.